I would love to say that I just ended the relationship and was strong and moved on and, listened to Lizzo. It was just like, what, it's all right. But honestly, I did go through some feelings, and granted, it was a quick relationship, so I didn't have many feelings tied to him, but I still had some feelings. And granted, I had my family there who really supported me and guided me and helped me to really like reflect on this. Like, is this what I want? I don't like how he's treating me this way, and really like weigh out my options and process them. So this is why I created this video, to give you some red flag tips just in case you don't have those mentors around you, and hopefully they're kind of eye-opening. Now granted, this is my experience I'm speaking from, so everybody's different, but I just wanted to give you some insight on the things that I'm going through, and maybe they can help you along the way. And I'm so thankful for my family. They really helped me to stay on track and like say, you know what, this is not the best option, because I'm telling you, manipulation can really confuse you and you think that you want this, but not really. So my family came together and they really helped me like feel grounded and stand on my morals, and I appreciate them. So these are tips that I've learned through them and from them, and that's why I'm sharing it with you. Okay, so I hope that you like it. I'll talk to you later. Hey girlfriends, welcome back to another video. This one is more of a sit down conversation video. If you hear that noise, that's the cats, they acting up, But today's video is about red flags and relationships. Recently, I felt like falling in love. They really acting up today. But since I felt like falling in love and trying dating out, these are the red flags that I've noticed, and I want to share with you, hopefully to help those who are starting dating, or even already dating and just not really sure if this is the right person. I'm just telling you from my experience that I think it's a red flag, and you might want to be cautious if you see these signs in your relationships. Excuse me, I'm getting over a sore throat, so if I'm speaking lower, I hope that you're still able to hear me. Just turn up the volume a little more, okay? All right, so the first red flag for me was controlling or pushy. If the person makes you feel like it's their way or the highway, I'm telling you, get your toll ticket and be out. Because they're not into compromising or even listening to your side. And that's not how a conversation works first, and not how a relationship works second. When you are in a relationship, it's two people trying to get along, not just one person leading the way and the other one following. That's not how that works. So that's not fair, and it's time to go. So next is not listening to your opinion or acting on how you feel. Like, you can sit there and tell them how you feel. They be like, yeah, I hear you, and then do the opposite. Like, sir, I thought we understood each other. What happened? So they'll respond like, yeah, and then do the same thing again. And that's not fair at all, because A, my voice isn't being heard, and B, I just feel like it's disrespectful, honestly. Like, what you doing? So that was the second red flag. The third red flag is changing the goalposts. So for me, I'll give you a clear example. When I first met this person, it was like, oh, I just want to see you for a few minutes. And I kept saying, no, let's just talk on the phone. Then I said, okay, a few minutes can't hurt. Then you give the few minutes. Now it's, oh, why you gotta leave? You just want to leave early. We should stay and talk longer. That's not fair. Like, hold on, you said a few minutes, couple minutes. You feel me? Hi and bye. Now you want a whole hour when I only had time for a few minutes. So the goalpost keeps moving, and that felt like you can't satisfy that person, because at first it's a few minutes, then it's, oh, just spend the night. No, sir, we didn't agree on that one. So it's all about respecting each other's boundaries. If I said no to a few minutes and giving a little bit into, okay, let me just sit down and talk to you over dinner, that should be appreciated You feel me? Because that boundary I set with you. And then I said, okay, let me at least hear you out. You feel me? And it's like, nah, that's not even enough. So, okay, now you move it too fast. So, the fourth red flag for me is someone who is not compromising. Like I said, controlling and pushy, and the first red flag, this goes along with it. Not trying to compromise at all. You feel me? And it could just be all for something little, but it'll grow. You feel me? So, for example, if you say, oh, I really don't like seafood, but this person loves seafood, and they're like, we going to Red Lobster. Like, hold on. I understand they have different options, but let's decide on something else. Let's talk about this. You feel me? Or if you say, I can't go out tonight because I'm tired. No, we're going out tonight. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. It's very assertive, and it's not a positive thing. It should be mutual. Like, oh, you can't go out tonight? No problem. How about tomorrow night? Or how about Saturday night? Or whatever. And then if you don't like that restaurant, okay, no problem. How about we go to this restaurant? Which one do you like? Oh, I like that one too. Let's build some type of mutual agreement. Okay, don't try to push me into what you want only, because that's not fair. And like I said, it's not supposed to be the other person dragging the other person along. No, sir. You're supposed to be heard too. I'm supposed to be valued as well in this friendship / relationship until we solidify what we are. So, the fifth one is someone who's too attached early on. The you're mine or you only belong to me. Yes, so someone who's very attached early on is a telltale sign of someone who could possibly become jealous. And it's not safe, because we should be in a mutual understanding that this is where we are, and if someone were to enter your life that you like more, then go ahead and go with them. You feel me? It's not a you're mine right now and it's only day 3. Calm down. You feel me? What's my favorite color? You just met me. So that's not fair at all. And it's like very controlling, even for me. Like, I heard examples like, don't give your number out to anyone else. I'm like, who is this man for real? Like, I understand you appreciate me and you like how I look, but you got to get to know me too. Because, you know, that's more important. How I look is good, but how I think and act and my morals are even more important. Because that's what you're going to get to know more and more as the days go on. You feel me? Okay, so hold on, this one. Someone who is trying to change you. This was something that really bothered me because, in the beginning relationship, it was, oh, I like you for this, and that. Then towards the end of the relationship, it was, why are you this, and that? Those positives quickly became a negative in his sight. And I said, wait a minute. That was just last week or just a while ago. You like those things. So now you're trying to change me. And that's not fair at all, because I liked myself before I met you. And so for you to sit here and try to change me is unfair, because there's people out there who fit these categories for you. So just leave me alone and go find someone who's suitable for that position, you know? Not to say that I'm underqualified or overqualified, but if you don't like me, don't sit up here and try to change me. You feel me? Just go ahead and leave respectfully and find someone who you like. And B, like, that's disrespectful to me. Because like I said, I liked myself before you came. So now to sit here and try to, like, you feel me, Mr. Potato Head and put me how you want is not fair. Because like I said, I'm going to be my own self. And I'm trying to attract someone who's their own self and their own uniqueness. Now, granted, I might have suggestions like, oh, maybe you should do this, maybe you should do that. But I'm not going to sit up there and try to change that person head to toe, you know? And the things that I offer are going to be an opinion. It's not a straightforward, like, don't wear, don't do, don't. That's not my thing. I'm not supposed to make you who you are. Either I like you or I don't. And if I don't, I'm going to go. You feel me? That's just simple. I think that's only fair. The person shouldn't have to manipulate you and bend you in different ways and then say, now I like you. What type of sense that make to try and build a person you like? That's not fair. And that's not real, because once the veil falls down and I'm back to who I am, you're gonna be mad. You know, just go ahead and find somebody who fits your category, fits what you like, and then you could be authentic. The seventh red flag is someone who's always complaining or not smiling. For me, I like to be around people who's joyful and happy and brings like positive energy around me. Someone who's gonna have a good time. And if you always complain, it's just like, man, I understand everyone has their ups and downs and their challenges. I really do. But let's dwell on the things that make us happy and try to bring happiness into each other's lives. You feel me? If I'm calling you, I want to have a good time on the phone. Granted, if something happened and we have to discuss it that was hurtful for you, okay, fine. But if every day I call you, you just complaining and complaining, I'm just like, man, that's not good at all, because it kind of dampens your spirit. Even if I'm having a good day and I'm like, yeah, and you like, and another thing. I'm like, oh, goodness. Let me call you back for real. And someone who's not smiling, like we be out, and you just got the stone face. Like, you ain't even happy we out right now. You supposed to be smiling. You supposed to be cheesing. You feel me? You supposed to be excited. Let's have a good time. You feel me? So I don't like that at all. That's a red flag for me. I want someone who's, you ain't gotta be smiling the whole time, but at least show your smile every now and again. That just shows me you're enjoying yourself too, you know? Or at least say, I'm having a good time. Don't let your face just be stone. Number 8 red flag is someone who's sagging or not dressed appropriately. And that's no shade to anyone or their financial needs. Y'all know I like to go thrifting, so that's not what it's about. It's more so about appearance and how you dress, which speaks a lot about your character. So, like, for example, someone who's well put together, you're not saying you gotta wear a suit, even though a suit is nice. You're not saying that you have to wear a suit, but just someone who puts themselves together, correlates the colors that they're wearing, even, like, wears a belt if their pants are too big. Take care of their appearance, smells good, groomed, you know, just taking the time to really pamper themselves in a way that is presentable when they step out the house. And sagging, I feel like it's not presentable for me. So, number 9 is someone who is tardy or late, or even like inconsistent. I feel like that's not good for me, because it's hard to build trust when a person is inconsistent. That should be discussed. And I'm an understanding person. If you say, oh, I'm running a few minutes late, just hold on, no problem. I'll wait, you feel me? But now it's becoming a pattern. I feel like that's not really respectful to the person's time. If we agreed on a certain time, and granted, if something come up, I'll give you that. But you just late to be late, now hold on. That's not respectful at all. I feel like if it was important to you, you would make the proper arrangements to be on time. I think so. So that's why I felt like it was a red flag. Number 10, someone who makes you feel uncomfortable about things that you like, and don't try to give them a chance. So, like, for example, if I really like painting and I say, oh, I love painting, it's one of my favorite hobbies, I don't really like that too much. Did you ever try it? No, it just looked boring. Okay. that's not what I think is an ideal friendship or relationship at all. Now, granted, there will be some things that are extreme. Like, someone might say, oh, I love skydiving. I'd be like, that's nice for you. You feel me? Have a good time. But if it's like little hobbies, you can at least, even if you don't like it, you ain't got to say it out loud. Just be like, oh, okay, that's good for you. I hope you enjoy. That's it. You ain't got to rip it up. Number 11, someone who is being rude to others or disrespectful. I think that says a lot about their character, because even though they're nice to you and they're rude to others, potentially they could be mean to you as well. And plus, it's like you are kind of like, when you out with someone you're a reflection of them too. So they could be rude and disruptive and you're not. But since you're with them, they're like, that whole group is loud and rowdy. You're like, wait a minute. So it's important that you be around people who reflect the things that you like. And plus, I think it's just mean to be rude to people, especially when they don't deserve it. You know, the person could just be trying their best, like a server. If we out eating, and you like, chop, I need my french fries. Like, the french fries gonna come out. Calm down. You feel me? And I'm sure they doing a lot more than what you see, you know? Because I even work in the food industry, so it's a lot that goes into it. Not just your food getting from the chef to your table, but there's a whole bunch of preparation and like logging in data and a whole bunch of things that go on behind. So that's just one example, but you shouldn't be rude to people in general, I feel like. And I feel like it's like just a respectful thing. And if someone is being rude or disruptive and just causing a scene, I'll be like, oh, I don't really like that. Number 12 is focusing too much on your physical appearance rather than who you are and your character. I think that's very important, which is why I felt like it was important to talk on the phone first so you can see what the person's talking about, what their beliefs are and their morals and everything before sitting down and talking to them, or even like sharing pictures and things like that, because the person can get so attached to how you look and don't even listen to what you're saying. You feel me? And they be like, oh, but you're so beautiful. Like, thank you. You feel me? Or you're so handsome. And then next thing you know, you really, really like the person's appearance, but you don't know them, you know? And so that makes things challenging when you want to hang out. And you like certain things and they like certain things, but they don't mesh or combine in any way, so you don't have anything in common but a pretty face. And you're like, oh, that's, you know, that's not really fair to the person. You just like their outward appearance. And that's not enough to make a relationship work, I feel like. Alrighty. Number 13. Wait a minute. Did I skip one? Okay, the next one. Only wants to be with you in private areas. That's a huge red flag to me, because it makes me feel like you're kind of ashamed to be around me, and kind of ashamed to be around me in public areas. And I understand some people are private or introverts, but this is where compromise comes in. I feel like if you only want to love the person or be with the person in private areas, that makes them that makes the relationship so much harder to operate, because there's not many things that you can do. Now, I wouldn't say I'm an extrovert. I really like to do different activities, and I like to be friendly with people, you know. And granted, some people are introverts, but I don't think that the secret areas and things is healthy or safe, because especially when I'm first meeting a person, I don't know them, so I want to do things that are more public, energetic. And when I go on dates, I want to do things that are active, like bowling and going out to eat, things that are really fun. So if you only want to see me in private areas, it makes me feel very uncomfortable, and it sends up an alert like, well, what's your intentions? You know, why would you only want that? And like I said, it makes me feel like unsafe. Yeah, it's uncomfortable, because why wouldn't you want to be, why you should be excited if we out together, you know? It shouldn't be, oh, you just mine. Like, wait a minute, let's enjoy ourselves, and you should be proud that you're with someone like me and I'm with someone like you. I want to show you off just as much as you should want to show me off. So that's not something that I'm too keen on. Someone who is moving too fast or rushing you. And that's something that's very important, because your voice is just as important as the other person's. So if you feel like they're moving too fast and you explain this to them, they should take the time to customize themselves to you. They should say, okay, well, what would you like to do instead if I'm doing this? Maybe I should relax, you feel me? And I'll meet you where you are. And you know, it's a give and take. And if they're rushing you, that's not the right person for you, because the right person will wait and they appreciate your standards and they appreciate your boundaries. And they'll say, okay, I really like this woman. I want to build a life with her potentially. And this is her comfort zone. Hopefully one day she's able to feel more comfortable with me. But as for right now, this is where she is and I'm going to meet her there. That's a healthy way of approaching a relationship. And it really allows you to build that trust with the person. But if they're like, no, I want to do it this way and this way only. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and do it your way by yourself then. And it's okay. You feel me? Things don't always work out, you know? And, you know, when you set your boundaries and your standards, it allows you to not only get your voice heard, but meet someone who is the right one for you. And you won't have to settle. And so that's why I felt like sharing these tips with you that I've learned